Okay, we are live. And welcome
Yo,
to the premiere edition of One on One with Eric Rader and Rachel Knarf, one of
hello
our
everybody.
absolute favorites. I know everyone in Incineration Nation knows her very well. She helps protect us and makes sure our room is fabulous and a wonderful place to chill where you never have to watch your back. And Uh, she's quick to eradicate any issues, and I love that. It's wonderful, and it's just really fun to have you here. And by the way, the reason for this, I don't even know if I told you yet, but it was I really believe we need to put a proper shine on all of the people that means so much to all of us daily that we fight alongside but we know almost nothing about, and we only are able to communicate in.
Uh-oh.
There you are.
Oh, hang tight, folks. Oh, there he is.
So, so this is very this is needed, and I want to know more. And it's just we're not going to go any hard places on this show. We're going to keep
Right.
it just light, fluff, and fun, and let people know just how amazing you are. I mean, I know, but we need everyone to know. And
Thank you. I really
okay,
appreciate it.
well, thanks for being here. And I asked you on because I knew you were crazy enough to say okay.
Yeah.
Uh, and then
Pretty much.
even though it was tomorrow,
Yeah.
I'm like
Well,
Rachel
it
will do
worked out, so I was like, hey, you know what? Why not? Why not?
it. I love it. Okay, so some questions I have for you.
All
Um,
right.
so what does a great day mean to you?
A great day is just basically any day where just driving around town, like people don't like cut you off or, just people just not being jerks is a great day to me. Basically, I try to keep it positive every day, and if things like don't stay positive, yeah, I'll say a couple of curse words and vent it out of my system, and then just kind of move on with my day. But yeah, that's kind of it's a simple question, but it's kind of a hard question to answer because it's not something I never really thought of before.
Sure,
But
absolutely.
any day with no BS is a good day for me.
I like that. Okay. And there's going to be relatively no rhyme or reason to any of this. I have a
Okay.
bunch of questions that I wrote down that I can use or not use and bounce
All
off
right.
anything you say. And it's only going to be 30 minutes. We'll do like 25. We'll leave 5 minutes for the chat, and it's
Okay.
not a hard 30, but I want to keep this short enough where, you know, I ask a lot of Incineration Nation already, so I don't want to take up their entire day. I know they got other things to do besides
Right.
find out how awesome you are. Um,
No.
so what is your favorite cuisine and what is your favorite dish?
Oh God, that's hard. That's a hard one just because I love food and I love all kinds of food. But off the top of my head, I'm Italian. I'm half Italian, so obviously I love Italian food. But I also love tacos. So I'm kind of complicated like that. But I love Chinese food. Yeah, I steak, meat. Yeah, like barbecue. Yeah, I'm a meat eating girl, so
Awesome.
yeah.
And I would take Italian because it's for me it's Italian, Mexican, and Chinese.
Yeah.
But I would, if you only got to keep two, I'd have to boot the Chinese. I'd be crying for days, but I'd have to because I have to have the Mexican and I have to have the Italian, or it's just
Right. I have to have my
perfect.
breadsticks and I have to have my tacos. I can't. I no.
Do you like street tacos or like American tacos? Like
I
like
like both.
white people tacos, I call them.
It depends. Well, yeah, but it depends on what mood I'm in. Sometimes I'm in a street taco mood. So I have a place for that, and then sometimes I'm in like a hard shell taco mood, and then I have another place for that. And where I live, there's like tons of like taco places, like
Okay,
tons that like I haven't even like. It would probably take me forever to try all of them. You know what I mean? But I'd
got
be
it.
down.
And what was your favorite concert you've ever been to?
Oh
I know
God,
it's an impossible question, but
yeah, no, I've been to a couple concerts. I gotta say, like, I've seen Incubus like 5 or 6 times. Their shows are always amazing. Like, hands down, just always a great show, always amazing. 311, they are dope live. Like, they're amazing live. Um, God, there's been a lot of concerts, but those would probably fall in the top two for me.
okay. I saw Incubus at the Hollywood Bowl, and it was sold out. 19,000. And
Uh,
I don't know if you've ever been to the Hollywood Bowl, but it has
yep,
these aisles that go way up top, really
yeah.
steep. And by the time they hit those levels, it's almost a wind tunnel. And I've never
Right.
seen more people smoke pot in my entire lifetime. I think
Yeah,
there was 3 people that weren't smoking pot, and they were asked to leave. And
yeah.
you see the police officers on the end of the tunnels, and they've got to be getting just hammered.
Oh, I
It's
bet. I bet.
just-
Oh, System of a Down. I forgot to add System of a Down into that. They're amazing live too.
yeah, they're very good, very very
Yeah.
good. And have you met any celebrities, and if so, who was your favorite in person?
Yeah, I've met a couple just because I like back in the late '90s. I did extra work for a while,
Oh,
and
neat.
so yeah, I worked on a couple of shows, just like nothing major, just like background crap. But I gotta say, like I met Chong, like Cheech and Chong, and I saw
Awesome.
him like walking on the lot or whatever, and I just went up to him. I was like, "Oh my god, dude!" And I had to shake his hand.
That's
And
so
then
awesome.
I met Joe Walsh from the Eagles. That was really
Ooh,
cool.
what a score!
Yeah, yeah, that was awesome.
That was like I'm not one of those guys who uses up favors. Like I might save your life 10 times and never ask you for a popsicle. Okay.
Right.
I'm just not comfortable doing that unless I
Yeah.
really have to. And the only 2 times I've ever done it, like one was the Eagles when they got back together.
Oh, the Hell
Like was it
Freezes
90?
Over tour or whatever it was.
Yeah, 92
Yeah.
or 94. I think 94 maybe.
Yeah.
And a buddy of mine was working at corporate Ticketmaster in Dallas, right?
Hmm.
And so I called him up and I said, "Man, you got to help me with this one," because of course tickets were gone in a half a second, and the seat behind the tree in the back of the parking lot was $900. I'm like, "You got to hook me up."
Yeah.
So the problem was it was the worst show in the world to hook anyone up at because it's LA. Like if it was Phoenix, I could have got you, me, and everybody in.
Yeah.
But because it's LA, everyone wants to go, right? And I
Right.
knew I had the hottest ticket ever, and I'm still so proud of that one because 2 rows behind me
Hmm.
was Paul Stanley. I was in the 6th row.
Cool.
Paul Stanley couldn't get better tickets than me.
Right on, man. Right
that
on.
was that was
I always
bitchy.
try to get tickets. Like, I know it's expensive, but I try to get tickets like in the front, in the pit if possible, because I'm little and like everybody else is tall and I can't see nothing if I'm like in anywhere but the front. So like that's always my goal at a concert is to try to get as close as possible and just soak it all in, man.
But don't you get on your husband's shoulders because you're little?
No, they yell at you now. You're not allowed to do that anymore.
I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
I
Okay.
totally got yelled at when I think it was System of a Down actually. We saw this was like actually before we were even together or even married. I want to say it was like 2006. So it was like Ozfest of 2006, and we came out here from LA to Phoenix to come see them. And yeah, I was up on his shoulders because I was like trying to get the attention of like the guitar player, and and security guard totally yelled at me. He was like, "Get off his shoulders!" I was like, "Okay."
I didn't know that. I thought you could do that. Okay.
No, not anymore, apparently.
Um, and you met your husband um, when he was playing bass in a hair metal band, which makes him amazingly awesome.
Well, thank you.
Um,
Actually, that's not quite how we met, but that was actually
oh,
before my time when he was in the hair band or whatever. But we met through a mutual friend that I met at work. So the place that I was working at the time, this guy was doing some freelance stuff, and then like he invited me to hang out, and then that's where I met my future husband at the time, and yeah, we've been together 17 years now.
that's sweet.
Thank
So,
you.
were you in LA then?
I was, yeah, I was like born and raised in LA.
Oh,
Basically, I lived in LA basically until 2012 when I moved here.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you were going to. I'm trying to figure your timeline because I'm 100 years older than you. So I was at the Rainbow 4 nights a week back when it was the Rainbow. Now it's Denny's. It means nothing. But what in 1988 to 94, I mean that
Mhm.
place was insane. And I um but it went from like next door you had Gazzari's, and then when Gazzari's closed, it became 100 different things, Billboard Live and all this other stuff. And the Roxy's always been there, and so is the whiskey. But was your husband playing the Roxy and the whiskey and the Troubadour and Gazzari's and stuff? Or
No, and the funny thing is that his band, it was like a teenage thing, bunch of him and his friends, from high school and stuff.
oh
And I'll email you the flyer that they used to pass out because it is hilarious. But basically, they never played any shows. They were just really good at marketing themselves, and like they basically like he would show up at school with all these flyers for his band, pass them out to everybody, and basically walk in one end of the school and then out the other, passing out flyers, and then just doing his teenage shit that play music, play hooky, whatever, be stupid, do stupid teenage stuff, and so they never really actually played any shows, which is the funny part. But all the girls like used to know who they were, and like they had their own little following around Philly, so it was kind of funny, you know what I mean? Like, but they never actually
that's
played any shows. I mean,
that's
he never played
remarkable.
any shows until later, where he like his my husband's style of bass playing is more like progressive,
Okay.
kind of progressive. He can do jazz, he can do metal, like, but he's more. I guess his wheelhouse would be more funk,
Well, what
right?
was the year? Was he big hair eyeliner, or was
He
he past it?
well, he's like 3 years older than me, so I'm like I graduated in '97. My husband graduated in '94.
So he caught the tail end then when he was in high school of the big hair,
Right,
right?
right.
Okay.
And so by the
Okay.
time I like got to high school, like the hairband shit was kind of already, and it was all about like Nirvana, Pearl
Right.
Jam, and Soundgarden, and like the whole
Right.
Seattle scene was happening. So it was like me. High school was all flannels and t-shirts and jeans and whatever.
So he was looking California, feeling Minnesota or whatever.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, I guess. Yeah. But yeah,
That's
no,
awesome.
he used to wear the spandex and the eyeliner and have like the bleach blonde hair and like crimped, and it's pretty funny.
I'll tell you what is funny. My dad was a piece of garbage, 98%, but
Mm.
a couple, like I said, by accident, you have to be okay sometimes. And funny enough, when he would see me looking like, I don't know, a cross-dressing plains drifter or something, I don't know how you would have described
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
big hair, and uh, eyeliner and like the whole get up, right? 1,000, I had 1,000
Bangles.
bracelets
Yeah.
and earrings and all the, like, what were those long, I had a million scarves I tie around my waist and go along
Oh my
down
God.
my side.
I'm gonna email you some pictures later. I swear to God, I've got pictures of my husband like dressed in the exact same stuff with like the bracelets and the hair and like the blouses and like this. Oh my God, yeah. Now his dad used to always mess with him and call him like gay and stuff like that, but it was just the style then.
But that's what I was gonna say about my dad. That was funny because I remember him going like, huh, like okay, and I got the boots and the whole, and he's just like, whatever works, right? And that made sense to him because he was like a real fit guy, and so I was fit, and it was like, I have no idea what the hell you're doing, but if it works, and I'm like, and I
Right.
told my dad, I go, I would be wearing, I mean, we literally wore that. We didn't wake up one day and say, let's wear this shit. What we did was we saw that if you wanted to get these hot girls, that's how you had to rock. It was that simple.
Right.
It was just that simple.
Right.
So
Exactly.
the women dictate how you look.
Right. If the chicks are like, we want eyeliner and we want it now, the guys are like, okay, eyeliner it is. You know what I mean?
Like, yeah, I mean, I never went like lipstick and rouge poison style.
No,
I
that's
just
too much.
did it. Yeah, it was just eyeliner was the only thing that I would rock then. But yeah,
Right.
it is funny how if dressing like a clown would have scored you the hot babes, I'd have been all clowned out.
Right. I mean, it makes sense to me.
Nothing more to it.
Yeah.
Okay, did you get good grades in school?
Well, I did until I got to high school, and then I just didn't want to be there.
Okay.
So I ditched a lot, and
Nice.
hanging out with people I probably shouldn't have been hanging out with, but what are you gonna do? And then I got kicked out of high school. Like, this was in the 9th grade, so I basically got demoted and had to get sent to it. Like, I didn't go down in grade, but I had to go to instead of going to a high school, I had to go to a junior high school. So I was completely separated from like all my friends. Like, it sucked. And it was just because I ditched school and I just didn't want to go.
I don't know why that makes me think of you like even like you're cooler because of that. I don't know why, but
Well, it's funny because I just like now I'm just like, I'm really into learning and like, just, yeah, I guess I have a different attitude about it now because, when you're a teenager, you just do shit just because, angsty teenager or whatever, maybe.
right. Totally. I get that.
Yeah.
How many kids do you have?
I just have one.
One.
A girl.
Okay.
Yep.
One. Okay. And and just you don't have to give me the long way around, but I don't know how you got involved initially. Like, how did you find out about Scientology?
Oh wow, that goes like way back to like the 90s. Probably, what year was this? Like, this was probably like 98 to 2000. And so I used to go to this dentist, and there used to be it was in this Scientology building. So there was a building, and it used to be in the valley. I want to say it was like Sherman Way and Haskell. And there was this big office building like on the side right next to the freeway. And it said Scientology really big in the top of it. And like, you could see it when you were driving on the 405. I don't know if anybody remembers that. It's not there anymore, but I mean, I think the building's there, but the sign isn't. And so the the Scientology was on the first floor, and you had to walk past their doors to get to the elevator to get to my dentist that was like up on the sixth floor or whatever. And it was just really weird because I'd come to my appointment, I'd park in the parking lot, and there was all these kids running around in the parking lot, just like dirty, no shoes on, no adults, like anywhere to be found. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what's going on here? And so I'm like, okay. And I always got, just having to walk past them, I just always got like weird vibes, and I was just like, all right, just don't make eye contact, just keep on walking, and just get to the elevator and whatever. And so I remember mentioning it to the receptionist upstairs. I was like, what's going on with all the dirty kids down there that like aren't being supervised? And she just kind of like rolled her eyes and was just like, oh, they're Scientologists. And I was like, okay, I didn't know what it meant. Like I had heard of it, obviously, because if you live in LA, you kind of can't not hear about them.
Yeah.
They used to play those freaking Dianetics commercials all the time in the 80s with the volcano and crap. And I was like, okay. And so just like I just started doing some internet searching. I was like, what is the deal with the Scientology crap? And you go to their website and they don't tell you anything. So, and then just like the more you start looking and digging into it, like the more stuff you find out. And so the first story that I saw that really got me was Lisa McPherson's story.
Okay.
And so I was just like, wow. And like I said, this was like in the late 90s. This was before Google. So that's how long ago it was. And then, you flash forward to whenever the Aftermath show came out, and, I was watching that show, and then like everything she was saying about like the kids, how Scientology views kids as, big beings in little bodies, like that clicked for me why those kids at that dentist office were down there like that. And I was just like, oh my God, like it blew my freaking mind, dude. And especially being a parent myself, I was just like, this is some bullshit. Like what? Like, like where is like Child Protective Services? Where is Department of Family and Child Services? Like this shouldn't be happening. And then so, you start going down the rabbit hole on YouTube, you find Aaron, and then you just learn more. And then with everything, with all the protests exploding, like with the live streaming, it's just like, I never thought that I would see this, like when I first heard about Scientology, because it's just like, I feel like there's so much more awareness about their abuses now than there used to be.
For sure. Yeah, it's even if you go back, like I didn't know when I was watching Aaron's show that there was a chat room.
Yeah.
Because I watched it on TV.
Right.
So I never knew there was a chat room. And then when he would bring up something like, like that, I didn't know how the hell that worked.
Jeez,
or
I
what
remember us, Jeeves.
I had no idea. And then one thing, you'd see someone give like $5 or something. I'm like, what the hell is that about? And so I just didn't think about it. But so I never knew there was a chat. So I was watching him for a year before I think I found Streets.
Okay.
And then I was like, oh, okay, there's like a community. So then I went on my phone, and then I saw that Aaron had a chat and etc. Right. And so I was like, oh, yeah. Wow, there's actually a place to go. Because that's one of the things when people ask me like why I didn't speak up before. I mean, I couldn't because I didn't want to hurt my sister, but
right.
But Nora said it so well the other day that back when I was in, okay, especially, you were either, like Christian, Jewish, or you're a cult.
Right. Right.
And, I would try to act proud and all that, but the reality was I was embarrassed, so,
sure.
I didn't want to have those conversations if I could avoid them.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So that's why you don't say anything, because it's just embarrassing. You can't tell someone in 3 minutes enough to somehow create the empathy necessary for you not to think I'm an idiot.
Right.
So
Well, that's why I think it's so powerful that you're doing what you're doing, and how you sat down like in your earlier videos, and you really broke it down, and you explained like the whole kind of process behind it, and you know like just spreading that awareness, because as obviously like a never in, like we don't know, we're seeing this from the outside going like, what the hell, really, like what is this like about? And then like I said, it's like, once again, if you're an adult and you want to do this hokey shit, then that's fine. Like, more power to you. Like Natalie says, like, you do you, boo, right? But like, my problem is when we've got kids who are not being treated appropriately as kids, who are basically being indoctrinated and mind controlled and just mind effed at just such a fucking young age. Like, and it's just, and then hearing all of your guys' stories, it's just like, this stuff's got to stop.
yeah, it really hit me when I saw that it's still going. Like, you always hope that you're the last one. So it's like I just take more L's the more people who suffer after me.
Right.
Like, that's really a tough pill. Um,
Yeah.
but so do you have any other hobbies, outside of making Incineration Nation wonderful and being a mother and a wife and a wonderful friend? Is there something that you like to do, like I have?
Oh, you're doing is that your is it the two needle crochet? Or
I'm
no,
only
two
with
needles
one.
is knitting. Two needles is knitting. My bad.
Um,
Awesome. I like to do needlepoint. So it's like you have like a canvas, and you take like embroidery thread, and you just kind of like your canvas kind of has a painting or a picture on it, and you just go over it with the embroidery thread. So that was always something I enjoyed doing. I like bowling.
uh,
I like swimming in the summertime. Um, like going to movies, although I don't get out nearly as much as I used to or want to, but we'll hopefully that'll change soon. And I used to go out and do stuff. It was fun. It's cool.
well, I'm gonna create. Maybe it'll be once a month, because like I don't do enough already. So I need 10 more shows. But I think I'll do one of these where we literally get together to do nothing but, like, I'll add 6 more of those hoops. Oh shit, it's coming apart. Uh-oh. Okay.
Uh-oh.
I'll add 6 more of them and then just smoke a huge joint. And
That's great. If we do it on a Friday, then we'll, I like to partake in some Malibu rum. So
nice.
we'll rum it
So
up
what we'll
and
do, maybe do a Friday thing where, like, all of the Incineration Nation hobby people, because we can put 10 people on a screen and all just party and act like we're doing art, you
that'd be
know?
cool. Or like a game night or something too would be fun.
Totally. Okay, so let's see if the chat has any questions here. Okay. I don't know. I forgot how I looked for the starred ones before, but do I have to go through all this here? Nancy,
Right.
if you're listening, let's see. Is there a way to know where the questions are, if there are any? If there aren't any, that's fine too. But I want to make sure if someone has a question, I'd be happy to ask it for you. Let's see.
Yeah, I could not tell you what to do.
Um, The Paul Stanley sighting makes me think a good intro for Miscavige would be, "You wanted the worst, you got the worst."
God, he is the worst too.
That's awesome. Let's see. I don't know how I did it last time with because now I'm seeing all the comments as they come in, I guess, but I wasn't paying a hell of a lot of attention because I'm not good that way yet. But
The other day, Nora said something about like there's like a place that says starred comments or something.
right, but this time I clicked the comments and it doesn't say that, so I don't know. But I was hoping Nancy could come save me, but maybe maybe everyone's just having a good time chilling and whatever. I don't know. But if I missed them, oh well, sorry about that. Let's see, go to the end here. I don't know. I'll figure this out. This will get better. But anywho, I wanted to keep it short anyway. So we're at 30 minutes. But yeah, I mean, I could talk to you, as you know, on the phone for quite some time. What does this say?
Right.
Okay, did Rachel watch? Oh, hold on. Here we go. Did Rachel watch My So-Called Life? That was big in our middle school years.
Actually, I didn't watch that one. I did not watch My So-Called Life, which I probably should go back and watch it just because I've heard a lot. Because it was in the 90s. That was during our high school years. What the hell was I watching? I was like
You-
smoking and drinking a lot back in those days. So it's honestly like
you got in trouble.
I don't remember.
I think you were having a good time.
I was having a good time. That's right.
And so this will be my last question for you if no one else has one. Okay. If you were gifted $100 million, what's the first like half dozen things you would do?
Oh, geez. That is a good question. I'd probably fix up my house, and yeah, that's a really good freaking question. Like, I would probably want to donate a good chunk of it to like a worthy cause. Just obviously off the top of my head, anything to contribute towards the downfall of Scientology would work. But yeah, that's a good question.
Okay, then
And
I'm just going to put, if you can't answer it, then one of the answers should be 3 pallets of Pacifico for me.
oh, there you go. Bong rips for everybody. Lots of rum.
Let's see. Comment. I am enjoying your collaboration with the other YouTubers. Oh, cool. Thank you, Christina.
Thank you. Thank you.
Look at Adam. $1 million equals 10 trillion steeples.
Right. Yeah, that's probably what I'd do if I could like donate to all the streamers and just like send them stuff, send them money, just like on a regular kind of basis. Like, whatever you need, man, here you go. Cha-ching.
I always thought that kind of money could just probably do more harm than good, because I know that if I have a place to lay my head where I'm safe and my belly's full, there's really not a whole lot more that I need if my friends are okay. So I would probably just help a bunch of people out and then be done with it. But
yeah,
I always wondered what people's answers are to that, so I asked.
Yeah.
But okay, cool. So anyway, I just want to thank you so much for being a part of my life and for helping me as much as you have. And it always makes me smile to see you in the room, and the fact that you would you're happy to keep that place the way that we both want it and we all want it, which is just a safe, wonderful place. And that's what it's always going to be. We're going to create our own space. We're going to create our own vibe, and Chiltology. Yeah, I love that. Maybe we'll use that, Chiltology. I like it. Yeah, because I've been aloha-tologizing this whole time. But yeah,
Right.
chilltology works too. But yeah, so thank you so very much, and thank you for being on this show.
Thank you for
I
having
know.
me. I'm so honored to be like the first kind of person to be crazy enough to do this.
Well, there's a ton of people that I want in that spot and in that chair, so we can all just learn a little more about them. I feel like I know you like 100 times better, actually, just after talking to you for an hour. So
Right.
it really is a nice feeling because it's weird to me. It's weird to feel like I really know someone, but did not really know them. So it's
Right.
like,
And to not like have that face to face communication and socialization like it, especially in this day and age, like I like to see the face of the person I'm talking to. You know what I mean? Because then, like, when I see their name, oh, bam, their face pops in my head, and it just helps me better. You know what I mean? So
totally.
I don't know.
All
That's what
right.
I'm
Well,
saying.
you have yourself a wonderful day. And oh yeah, and I love I love all your cats, but you have a
Oh,
19-year-old cat that is just the sweetest thing I've ever seen.
yeah, my
Please,
Chrysler.
please give him a belly rub for me. That cat is
I
amazing.
will. I will. And
And
thank you again so much for having me. And thanks to everybody in the chat for sticking around and listening to me babble. It was awesome.
all right. All right. You have a fantastic day. We're going to sign
Thank
off, Incineration Nation. This is One on One with Eric Rader and Rachel Knarf. And we we are out. See you
you.
guys soon. See you in chat.